All right, everybody, settle down. We're live! Hello, Twitch. Hello, cast. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Scarlet Hollow. This is the beginning of episode 2. This is probably going to be a part 1. This might be a 2-parter chapter. I don't know. We're going to see how much fun we're having and how late we want to stay up. We have a massive cast today, and I'm so glad that they're here with me. Let's start because this is exciting. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here, and welcome back to Scarlet Hollow. Yep, I saved my game. Do you want to recap? Do you guys want to recap? Let's get a quick little recap. I think a recap would be smart. Last time we played this was before Christmas. The long-lost cousin, the bad news, the 26 hours of bus rides with countless late-night stops and CD depots that would have felt unsafe even in the middle of the day. You wouldn't normally find yourself traveling like this, but your cousin bought the tickets. The funeral of Pearl and Scarlet, your cousin's mother and your aunt, seemed like something you shouldn't ignore, even considering your own late mother's rocky relationship with this side of the family. Bard?
Welcome to our family's humble estate. Unfortunately, due to the current state of the house, only a few rooms will be safely accessible during your stay. I wouldn't go wandering anywhere else if you value your limbs. The floors have been known to give out.
Nolan?
Slade!
So, as Stella mentioned, she's famous.
Oh, Avery, I'm not famous.
Look, if you're not gonna go around tooting your own horn, I'm gonna do it for you.
Stella sighs.
I'm a YouTuber.
She hunts cryptids.
A single deer remains behind, staring down the beam of Stella's flashlight while Gretchen whines and pulls at her harness.
We plant decay.
You'll like those birds when I come carrying a mountain lion corpse out of them there woods at dawn. Come on, you, whatever your name is, grab the flashlight and help me line up a good shot.
As the creatures in the tree line grew louder and more numerous, Gretchen violently strains against her harness. You dive forward and scoop Gretchen into your arms just before she manages to wriggle out of her harness, your eyes fixing on the dark tree line over Duke's shoulder.
Look, God damn it!
Duck, can you take this?
I think I'm the other one as well. Are you sure you want me to do both?
Yeah, it's fine. It's like 2 lines for now.
Alright. Stella, keep an eye on her for us. Make sure she doesn't get into any more trouble.
Noah's, I think, still downstairs. You want me to take it?
Please.
Welcome home.
My grandmother called them ditchlings, and they are a terrible omen, a sign of great suffering and destruction to come.
From the comfort of Stella's guest room, the events of the past evening seem like something that happened to someone else. Though you can still clearly picture the terror you felt in those moments. For now, you're safe and you're warm. Tuesday morning awaits. Let's wake up. You open your eyes. The sun has risen, the birds are singing, you're still alive, and for now, you're safe. Your gaze wanders across the unfamiliar room to the windows and the woods beyond, and you wonder if the monsters are lurking just beyond the trees, ready to pounce as soon as you leave the comfort of your new friend's family home. You can't help but remember Duke, slumped against a tree, pieces of him scattered across the clearing. A knock at the front door. Your morbid thoughts are interrupted by a distinctly unhappy voice filtering through the house and past the closed door to your bedroom.
Where the hell is Casey?
Oh, hey, Tabby. There's a fresh pot of coffee on the table if you want to come in.
No, I'm just here to check in on my cousin. Let's make this quick. I have a lot on my plate today.
You're barely decent. It might be mildly scandalous if people saw you like this. I'm gonna finish getting dressed. You ain't getting that for free. You calmly collect yourself while Tabitha fumes outside your door.
Are you sure you don't want to visit for a bit? You don't have to run around being the big boss of the week of all weeks. You should let yourself.
I'm fine, thanks. Casey, I know you're here. The hell are you hiding?
I'll walk out to greet them. Now sufficiently prepared to greet other civilized humans, you open the door and join them in the living area. Gretchen excitedly looks at you and wiggles her tail.
I simply must say what a joy it is that you are finally up. I do hope you're well rested and that you don't mind a most unfortunate guest.
Morning. How'd you sleep?
What exactly did the two of you get up to last night?
We went up to the woods to film a video.
No, not that part. The cops called this morning and told me all about that.
They did? What'd they say? Did they find Duke?
They didn't find a body, if that's what you're asking, but apparently he never went home last night. And they had quite a few questions about you, Casey. Don't worry, I told them you were an upstanding citizen. You should remember that kindness the next time you think about blowing me off to spend the night with a stranger.
Look, I don't care what the cops think, Tabby. There's something horrible out there in those woods, and I don't think anyone in this room wanted Casey walking up to that mountain alone last night.
Stella, would you mind giving me a moment alone with my cousin? And while you're at it, please stop calling me Tabby. We're not in high school anymore.
Yeah, all right.
You're not gonna let her treat my dearest Stella like that, are you, Casey?
Ooh, this is a tough choice. Isn't it Stella's house? Why are you bossing her around? Sorry, Stella, I should probably talk to Tabitha in private. I think I'm gonna bitch out and quietly let her leave. Yeah, I'm gonna bitch out.
Thanks. You've been in town for less than a day, and my stress is already through the roof. I mean, I get it. Stella got you all worked up, and you were too scared to walk home. Sure, whatever. That checks out. But I don't care if those woods are chock full of ghouls and ghosties. You had me worried sick. From now on, you're back at the estate by bedtime. No more impromptu sleepovers.
Ooh. The mystical is tempting me.
Jedi mind trick.
Yeah, I go where I'm supposed to go, and something told me that's where I'm supposed to be last night. Tempted for
Just
you
kill her.
can't run off as soon as I get here and hold me to a different standard. Ooh, watched a man die last night. Also good. Lie that I'm sorry. I think I'm gonna meet in the middle at the standards. Yeah, that feels like a good choice to me. You can't run off as soon as I get here and hold me to a different standard. You ran off as soon as I got here. Don't expect me to respect your time if you can't respect mine.
There's a difference between my duties and your impulses, Casey. Don't do anything reckless while I'm at work. I'll see you back at the estate tonight.
You hear Stella's voice call out from another room.
Wait, Tabby! Let me know if you're free sometime, okay?
Tabitha sighs.
You're relentless. We'll see. But don't get your hopes up.
Hey, you good? Sorry about Tabby, she totally blindsided me.
I don't regret anything, but you're right. That sucked. And it's not like I didn't let her know where I was.
Last night was a lot. I don't think anyone can blame you for crashing here. Tabby just doesn't get what we went through. Who would, honestly? I mean, who knows what could have happened if you'd gone back last night? Anyways, sorry for that rude awakening. I've been up for a little while, but was hoping to let you get a little extra sleep. But you're up now. And we got a full day ahead of us, if we're gonna get to the bottom of this.
A full day ahead of us. Sounds like walking time to me.
All right, boss, what's the game plan?
Well, first things first, I was planning on swinging by the library. Kaneeka's got a head start on us. Looks like she's already there. Oh, that reminds me. Let me set up a group chat. What's your number?
You and Stella exchange numbers. A text message from Stella to you and Kaneeka. It reads, group chat.
Hopefully we can find out more about ditchlings from some of the older local books there. I've also got a couple of threads cooking on my cryptid forums, but who knows if that'll pan out. Anyway, daylight's burning, so let's roll out as soon as you finish getting dressed.
Can I eat first?
Don't worry about it. I packed all sorts of snacks for the day, and Oscar totally won't mind if we eat at the library.
Alright, but those snacks better be good.
As if you even need to worry.
The walk to town was short. Stella's house is barely a stone's throw from what remains of Scarlet Hollow's once bustling Main Street. You shudder as you stare down the thoroughfare, both from the chill in the morning air and the all-too-present memories of everything you witnessed last night.
You see that building labeled Town Hall? That's actually the library. Well, it's also the Town Hall, but that's just a small upstairs office nowadays. I guess this town's not what it used to be. That and our mayor is really into going on walks. I think there's actually going to be a meet and greet later this week. Could be just the pick-me-up we need to... Could be just the pick-me-up we need, what with everything that's been going on.
Stella may be fond of him, but I certainly didn't vote for that beast.
I like the implication that Gretchen got to vote.
No taxation without representation.
Too true, bestie. Yuck politicians, however. Gretchen doesn't seem to care for him.
All right, I know you've joked about it a couple times now, but I'm actually starting to believe you can understand her. Gretchen absolutely can't stand Mayor Jimmy.
Oh, hey. Morning, Stella. Same to you, Casey.
Speak of the devil, we were just talking about you.
Coming from Stella's, huh? Did y'all have a slumber party?
Sorry, y'all, but I'm actually in a bit of a rush this morning. I can't really stop to chat. It'll take me a bit to set up, so if you want to catch up with folks or grab something at the diner, you can meet me at the library when you're done.
Oh, sure. See you in a bit, Stella.
Cool. See you soon.
Oh, she always has time to chat. Is she feeling okay?
Oh, Stella and Casey just got Stella and Casey just got up to a bit of trouble last night. That's all.
Can't just drop something like that and leave me hanging. What happened, Casey?
Duke got hurt. We bumped into Duke a couple times while we were out there, and he got hurt pretty bad. I'm not really sure what we saw.
Whoa. Slow down. Is he okay?
No?
I'm afraid Duke is no longer with us, Avery.
Holy crap. I can't believe this is the first I've heard of it. Has anyone told Bo?
Yes, he's taking it as well as you can imagine. I'll be going up to check in on him today. The poor lad.
Can't believe you had to see that, Casey. Tell you what, I'm on break for the next half hour. How about you swing by the diner? Winnie can fix you some of Sybil's new blend and try to calm your nerves.
It's chaga and lemon balm. It's always helped me on bad days.
And if you need to talk about what happened, I'm all ears. Anyways, it's up to you. See you around, Casey. See you, Sybil.
Take care now, Avery. I see you are a private person. I can respect that. You never know how someone might respond to hearing the truth of what you encountered last night. I'd better get back to it myself. I'm glad I was able to catch you this morning, if only to see how you were holding up. Please, don't hesitate to stop by if I can be of any help.
We both know there's something horribly wrong about this place. How are you so calm?
Don't mistake my calm demeanor for complacency. We all have our parts to play in this. I trust that you and Stella have what it takes to get to the bottom of things. I'm so sorry to cut our conversation short, but I've got things that need tending to. Stay safe, Casey, and God bless.
Stella said you had some time to kill before she finished setting up. Ooh, diner or general store first? Let's go to the general store. This is your first time seeing the general store in the light of day. A young man sits at the table by the register, too preoccupied with his phone to care that you stepped in. If I wanted to buy chips or something, do I talk to you or... He sighs.
Yeah, I guess. Kaneeka decided to skip work today, so of course, whatever plans I had didn't matter. Just take the chips, I don't care.
I'm paying for my chips. I insist.
I'm not ringing you up. Take them or leave them.
Won't Kaneeka get mad?
Well, she shouldn't have left me in charge while she's off doing whatever. If Kaneeka cares about running this place right, she can hire someone else and let me live my life. She inherited this store, and I don't want to keep getting suckered into working here just because I'm her brother. We make most of our money on bulk orders anyways. A bag of chip doesn't make a difference.
I'm not just taking the chips. I'm not gonna steal.
Have it your way.
What you doing on your phone?
James, you probably haven't heard of him.
I'm Casey. Just got into town yesterday.
Yeah, I know. Mom told me.
What's your name?
Miles.
I'm not gonna spook him about monsters. I'm not gonna offer him.
There's been a suggestion to
Offer him
the
the
peanuts.
Please offer the
Is
peanuts.
Offer the
Sister John
peanuts.
calling for it?
Offer the peanuts.
That is calling for pretty
nuts,
hard.
nuts.
Okay, I'll offer him
We're
the
nuts for the
disgusting
peanuts.
boiled peanuts we got from a stranger on the bus yesterday.
Hell yeah.
The young man
They're
looks
better
up
after
at
they've been-
your now quite pungent bag of peanuts, curls his lips in disgust, and returns to his phone. I hope you're happy.
We are.
Verily.
Good, good. I must appease the masses. See you, Miles. Miles doesn't respond as you turn and leave the general store. Let's swing by the diner. You head towards the diner. The diner's a little quiet today, but the air is still heavy with the tantalizing smell of breakfast. I'm not gonna become the beware the end is nigh, dude. I'm just gonna go and say hi to Avery. You slide into the booth across from Avery.
Hey there, stranger.
Before you can exchange words, Winnie sidles up, a fresh mug of tea in hand.
You might need this. The answer to 29 down is oink, by the way.
The clue is pen sound. How is that a sound a pen makes? Wait, pen? Like, big pen? Are you kidding me? How was I supposed to guess that?
No, why even bother with those things? They're just gonna frustrate you.
It's just something to do to fill the time. But maybe I should switch to Sudoku.
Winnie leaves Avery contemplating daily newspaper puzzles, returning to her seat behind the counter.
So, what the hell really happened last night? You can tell me. I won't judge.
I'm gonna try the tea. You take a gentle sip of your tea. Sybil was right. You can already feel it begin to ease some of the strain and tension from last night's events.
Oh, not a lot of folks take to changa so quickly. It's a fungus that grows on birch trees around here. It's supposed to be super healthy, but it definitely makes for a challenging drink. Color me impressed.
What if you don't believe me about last night? I could tell you about last night, but what if you don't believe me?
I'm not here to judge. I'm here to listen.
I'm gonna tell him. You spilled the beans. Glad to have someone to talk to about the horrors you've witnessed.
Whoa. That is some heavy stuff. No wonder Stella seemed distant. Monsters in the woods? I may not have lived here long, but I've never heard of anything like that happening around these parts. I can't say I like the thought of it. Now that I think about it, when the cops came in there for their morning coffee, they mentioned something about going on in the woods to look for someone. It must have been Duke. They seemed so disconnected from it. I figured it couldn't be very serious, but wow.
They seemed weirdly suspicious of me. I don't get it. They saw Stella's footage, they saw what happened out there, but it feels like so far all they've done is hound me.
Hey, I don't know if it'll help your anxiety, but even if they think you did something, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't bother going after you. Those cops come in here every day, and I feel like I know them pretty well by now. And let me tell you, they have no follow-through. I can't tell you the number of complaints they've just, dropped after a day or two. And I'll vouch for you if they try anything.
I hadn't pegged you as a transplant. Where are you from?
I moved here from Charlotte. Gosh, 3 years ago now? Maybe a little more. I've lost track. Aunt Winnie offered me a place to stay and a job. And who was I to pass on that sort of generosity? To be honest, it still feels like I've just moved in. Practically everyone apart from the Cole folks grew up in this town, so it's like I'm the perpetual new kid. Don't get me wrong, folks here are plenty polite and friendly, but there's a shared history I'll never be a part of.
Why'd you leave Charlotte? If you don't mind me asking.
Nah, it's cool. I was having some issues with my folks about my education, which wasn't great, especially since I was still stuck under their roof. When my aunt heard about it, she offered me a job and a place to stay, and the rest is history.
Do you regret moving here?
I don't think I have the choice to have second thoughts. I'm not going anywhere without Aunt Winnie, and there's no way she's leaving this place.
I get it. I felt out of place the whole time I've been here. Folks on the whole have been plenty friendly, but life here is so different than what I'm used to. It's hard to explain, but I just don't feel like I belong.
Exactly. There are worse ways to be, but I'm not sure I'll ever entirely feel like I belong here.
Forward, are we? You should get out of here before things get any worse. If you have a car, drive away.
There's no way I could get Aunt Winnie to leave. And I'm not going anywhere without her. Not after everything she's done for me. Even if there are monsters in the hills, I'd rather face whatever's coming head on than start someplace new without my family. Oh man, looks like my shift is starting. I hope you're doing a bit better. Maybe the Chagas had a chance to start working its magic. I'm gonna keep my ears open for you. The dinner is where everyone comes to gossip, so I hear a lot about what goes on around here. I'll let you know if anyone mentions those monsters or anything else strange or unusual.
Avery slips out of the booth, giving a friendly half-wave before disappearing into the back. You leave the diner, ready to continue your day. head to the library. You enter the former town hall. What once must have been a stately foyer has since been converted into rows of shelves. Meeting rooms and offices long ago gave way to assorted reference collections and reading areas.
Oh, hey, you made it.
I won't shush them, I'll just settle in. You head over to Stella and Kaneeka's table and settle in.
Glad you found the place.
Casey, you look tired.
My goodness. Whatever happened to common decency? You can't go around telling someone they look unwell. You look marvelous, Casey.
Okay, in my playthrough, I snitched on Miles. And Stella called me a narc. So I'm debating if I should snitch on him.
Well, then don't be a
Stitches
narc.
get stitches.
Don't be a narc.
Oh
Yeah,
my goodness.
There'd be a fucking grass.
ACAB. Remember ACAB?
You know what? You're so right. I've never done a Scooby-Doo before. Yeah, I'm gonna Scooby-Doo it. I'm pretty amped up, actually. I've never done a Scooby-Doo before. I'm still amped up on adrenaline, actually. I've never done a Scooby-Doo before.
Some creepy old guy with a real estate scheme and a bad costume is at least a little more believable than monsters and curses.
Wouldn't that be a relief? And if Casey's antics are anything to go by, we've already got our talking dog.
I do so wish you could understand me, Stella.
Anyways, I guess we should get started.
David, this is you.
Hey there, strangers. And literal stranger.
Alright, chat.
You know what you have to do.
You know what you need to do.
It must be done.
Give him the nuts.
Romanceable character.
You should know by now.
And he will love you through the peanuts. If he doesn't love you through the peanuts, it's not meant to be.
You know we're gonna go for gay romance options.
I do know that. I'm just gonna save right now in case.
Yeah, you know we only care about Stella.
I know. You guys, I mean, she is objectively the best. Literally, Zach and I were playing this, and he was voicing the
thanks.
He's like, yeah, I guess, but I'm not Stella, so what I say doesn't matter. Everyone is so impressed.
Zach actually has requested that we romance him with the peanuts.
Good. Hi, baby. Let's romance with the peanuts. You extend your bag of peanuts to the librarian in a gesture of friendship and good faith.
I don't know what to say. Is this a gift? I'm allergic to peanuts. Not serious allergic, but they give me a rash.
The scandalized look on their faces. Even Gretchen is ashamed.
Everybody judged.
They're so shocked.
Hey, Oscar. This is Casey. You know, Tabby's cousin.
Oh, I should have known you were a Scarlet. You look so much like Vivian. Not that I knew her very well. I was still a little kid when she left. But that Scarlet resemblance, it's strong. I'm Oscar Gutierrez, Chief Librarian and only librarian.
Oscar's amazing. He practically built this library from scratch.
Yeah, I'm a little jealous of what the kids around here get to grow up with. I don't know how good they have it. Back when I was in elementary school, all the library had was a couple of shelves of boring books donated by old people.
Y'all are too kind. But speaking of kids, have either of you seen Rosalina around town? I don't want to be a helicopter dad, but she hasn't been answering my texts, and I wanted to make sure she wasn't getting into trouble out there. You know the crowd she hangs around with.
They're good kids at heart. I'm sure they're just up at the old Maxwell place doing teen stuff. I went up there plenty of times in my day, but I'll be sure to keep my eyes peeled.
What's the old Maxwell place?
It's this great old abandoned spot. We used to hang out there when we were teens.
Can't believe I used to be reckless. The floors, they were like Swiss cheese.
I should really have a talk with Rosalina when she gets home.
I'm not gonna mention the scary monsters to him yet. We just met. I'm sure she's fine.
Might not want to let her run off like that anymore, though it's not as safe as usually is around here.
Is that so?
Kaneeka's right. There's some weird stuff going on out in the woods. That's actually why we came in today. Have you ever heard of a creatures called ditchlings? They're a type of cryptid that shows up around places on the brink of disaster. They kind of look like if the Pillsbury Doughboy was a creepypasta. Kaneeka's mom told us about them late last night after seeing some footage we got in the woods.
Ditchlings? Doesn't ring a bell.
Dang. Worth a shot. Okay, if you were, say, trying to predict a horrible disaster that might befall our town, where would you start looking?
Well, they say history repeats itself, so I'd probably try and figure out what sort of disasters this region typically falls prey to. Should I be worried about something?
I don't know yet. I'll be right back. Gonna go nab some more books. Behave while I'm gone, Gretchen.
Oh, you don't have to worry about her, Stella. You're such a good dog, aren't you, Gretchen? Here, have a biscuit, old gal.
Well, ain't you the sweetest thing on two legs?
Gretchen inhales the soft biscuit, drool leaking from her toothless mouth as she swallows it whole.
I'm pretty sure Stella's barking up the wrong tree, Oscar. I don't think you have to worry about any horrible calamity befalling the town. But she's right about the weird stuff. There's definitely something unusual going on out in those woods.
It's like in my heart I want to be a scary bitch, but like in the game I don't want to be off-putting to everyone. So let's go, it's nothing we can't get to the bottom of. It's nothing we can't get to the bottom of.
I'm gonna try calling Rosalina again.
I'm sure she's fine, really. Rosalina's a smart kid. She knows better than to go around getting into trouble, and we'll make sure to keep our eyes peeled.
Thanks, Kaneeka. And Casey, if you see a 13-year-old girl with a black braid and glasses, could you let her know her dad is worried about her?
Oscar anxiously wanders off, phone in hand.
Got him. Just grabbed a whole mess of local history books.
Stella sets a massive pile of books on the table and pulls up a chair.
All right. This is going to be so much faster with the two of you here to help out. Got our snacks, got our source documents. Let's get this search party started.
Reading awaits. So we actually get to read these books. I'm going to let y'all pick, and I'll try to give enough time for Twitch chat to help pick. We have Veins of Scarlet, Silas Scarlet, Appalachian Folk Monsters. Full titles: Veins of Scarlet, A History of the Scarlet Hollow Coal Mines. Silas Scarlet, Soldier, Woodsman, Leader. Appalachian Folk Monsters. Please vote now in chat for which book you'd like to start with. We will be reading all 3 of them, so it's not which one we're going to miss out on. But let me know what order you think we should go in. And I'm coming back to chat for this. Yes, there will be an obscene amount of lore. I have a large Wendy's drink to help facilitate this. There's going to be so much lore. I see a vote for the Appalachian Monsters. I see a vote for the Veins. Thank you, Kyle, for making a poll. You want to take turns reading books? You know what? That I can get behind.
Also
that
more
shit.
than happy.
That's fun. That's very fun.
We could popcorn it.
No one fucks with history like I do. That's all I'm gonna say.
Did you guys ever do the popcorn reading?
Throwback to popcorning.
Yeah.
Immediate visceral reaction in my soul.
I'm so sorry.
I haven't done that.
We could also just do one person per book.
I was thinking that.
True.
It looks like people are so fucking hyped for Appalachian Folk Monsters. So we're gonna
monsters
start
are cool.
there. And I think it's only fair that the cryptid expert read the Appalachian Folk Monster book. Do we
Agreed.
think that's fair? Hi, Stella.
Hi.
A few entries catch your eye. Wampus Cat, Tommy Knockers, or Tallypo? Kyle, you pick.
I mean, Stella, we know Stella has a thing for knockers, so let's go.
Tommy Knockers, enigmatic cave-dwelling creatures primarily known for causing mischief. Please.
Tommy knockers originated in Cornish mythology, spreading to the United States when Cornish immigrants began working in Appalachian mines. They're named for the knocking that can be heard from seemingly within the walls before a cave-in. According to some, the knocking serves as a benevolent warning. Others believe that the creatures take stolen hammers to the supports of mines and collapse them on whoever is unfortunate enough to still be inside. They are traditionally thought to be impish, leprechaun-like beings, but some claim they are spirits of dead miners, forever cursed to haunt their final resting place.
Wampus Cat or Tallypo?
Wampus Cat.
A large cat-like creature, the loud howling voice, often said to sound like a woman crying out in pain.
Often linked to Cherokee legends, some cite the Wampus Cat as originating with the story of a woman who sought revenge against a monstrous cat demon for driving her husband mad. She hunted it down, and by wearing a bobcat mask, tricked it into using its own vile magic on itself, freeing the people of their region from its evil. Others say the creature comes from the story of a woman who wore the pelt of a wild cat to witness forbidden hunting rites. The hunters of her village gathered to perform the rites, and she watched in secret from underneath the cat's pelt, but was soon discovered. For her indiscretion, she was fused with the pelt and transformed into a creature that was neither human nor cat, forced to wander the wilderness alone, feared by all. Her calls are those of great sadness, and serve as a warning to anyone who dares go against tradition.
Last but not least,
Yikes.
Tallypo, a small creature with a long tail and wide yellow eyes.
There was a hunter who lived in a tiny cabin in the middle of the woods, all alone with his hunting dog. One night, after a particularly bad week of hunting, both their stomachs empty, the hunger spied something out of the corner of his eye. Some small creature had gotten into the cabin through a hole, and before he could even figure out what it was, he'd drawn his gun and fired at the thing, his hunger guiding his actions. But it was quick, and ran back through its hidey hole and out of sight, leaving only its long, black tail, shot off by the hunter's rifle. "Guess this'll have to do," he said to his dog, and threw the tail in a pot to cook the soup. He and his dog ate well that night, the tail filling them both up. The hunter crawled into bed satisfied, and his dog curled up at his feet. He woke up to the sound of long nails scrabbling across wood. His dog was nowhere in sight, only a rumpled spot on the covers where he'd been. And in the gloom, he saw two big, yellow eyes staring right at him. "I want my Talipo." A high, hoarse voice croaked from the darkness. "Go away!" he screamed at the thing. But it stepped closer to him, still shrouded in darkness, the sound of long claws dragging across hardwood accompanying its movements. "I want my Talipo," the creature growled again. "I'll get my dog after you," the hunter squeaked, his voice catching in his throat with fear. There was no dog to be seen. "I want my Talipo!" Before the hunter could so much as scream, the creature leapt from the darkness, long claws stretched out towards the hunter. No one is sure what the creature did to him that night. But the next morning, all that remained of the hunter, his dog, and his cabin was a chimney standing alone in the woods.
We're done here. Thank you very much, Cryptid Hunter. You close the book and put it back. Next in the poll was... oh my goodness. I think history and soldier were tied. So I'm gonna go for soldier next. And as a Scarlet descendant, I will take that one. Silas Scarlet, soldier, woodsman, leader. Silas Everett Scarlet was born to Colonel Everett J. Scarlet in 1818, one of 12 siblings. He grew up in eastern North Carolina during a tumultuous time in the state's history, and not much is known about his life before he joined the Army in 1836. He quickly rose through the ranks, and in part due to his father's connections, but also due to a particular ruthlessness for which he received the nickname Bloody Silas Scarlet. The federal government granted the now Captain Silas a tract of bounty land in exchange for his service in the Indian War, and he settled into the hills of North Carolina in 1841. That land would become Scarlet Hollow. But it started as a simple log cabin built by Silas's own two hands, occupied by his family of 10, Silas, his wife Mary Joseph Scarlet, and their 8 children. Logging business brought many workers and fellow landowners to the hills, but it wasn't until Silas discovered rich seams of coal running underneath the entire region that Scarlet Hollow was really put on the map. He saved what he could and bought the surrounding hillside at a great discount, cleverly hiding what he knew about the land's true value. Thus, he had all the resources to found Scarlet Hollow's now famous coal mine. You're finished with this one. All right. And as the owner of the coal mine, I think that Tabitha should read Veins of Scarlet, A History of the Scarlet Hollow Coal Mines. Does that sound fair? I think that sounds fair.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
Forced into retirement at age 50 due to a war injury from his time in the Indian Wars, exacerbated by his short stint serving as a captain in the Confederacy, Silas Scarlet also lost his eldest 2 sons to that bloodiest of wars, leaving his third eldest son, Andrew Jackson Scarlet, to take charge of the mine. Under his leadership, The mine prospered, undoubtedly in part due to the growth of the railroad industry. Managed to evade the coal union for decades, making them one of the most profitable mines in the country. Andrew Scarlet built the surrounding town into what it is today, with expensive stone buildings, a bustling main street, and overseeing it all, the elegant Scarlet estate that was, until 1895, the largest and finest feat of architecture in the region, culminating in the tragic collapse of 1918. It was found that Charles Shaw, the co-manager of the mine, had loosened security measures to increase production during World War I, resulting in a fatal collapse and the death of over 160 men and boys, some as young as 10. The casualties included Andrew Jackson Scarlet's son, Theodore. His brother, Enoch V. Scarlet, who had taken over for their aging father during the bustle of the war, managed to pull the mine from the brink of ruin, thereby saving the town.
So this is how your family made its fortune. I think I'm all done. Let's check in. Thanks, guys.
Alright, if we're going with what Kaneeka's mom told us last night, I think we can rule out any natural disasters as to what brought the ditchlings here. But not nuclear incidents. Looks like our state has a history with those. What about y'all? Find anything?
Before you can respond, a handsome black cat leaps onto the table. Stella quickly slams her book shut.
Aw, hey Pixel!
Might want to close your book. He loves to rip up any paper he can find.
Pixel, my dear friend, it's been too long. How have you been? Hungry? Stella, bring the good stuff.
Aw, don't worry, little guy. I didn't forget your treats.
Oh, yes. Snack time. Oh. Mm.
Sorry if Pixel's bothering y'all. Hopefully he hasn't gobbled up any of our books. He can't stand the thought that people might pay attention to anything that isn't him.
Oh. See, this first one is confirming to Stella that I'm crazy. The second one is a little mean. But then
First one.
Go crazy, go stupid.
I'm making another save. I'll save over the peanuts.
You know you want to talk to the cat.
I want to talk to the cat.
It's also not weird to talk to animals in real life.
I was gonna say, I definitely talk to animals.
Hi, buddy. How's you? I talk
During
to my
spring,
cat
I
all
talk-
day long.
During
Yeah,
spring,
just-
I talk to magpies so that they don't swoop the shit out of me.
There you go.
I wave to dogs more than I wave to their people.
Nice. Let's see if Stella thinks I'm crazy. Hey, Pixel. What do you think about the monsters we saw in the woods?
I'm an indoor cat. I don't know anything about no woods. I just hang out in the library, especially now that our house is haunted.
Pixel says your house is haunted. What's up with that?
How did you know?
The scandal on their faces.
Casey is either psychic or she can talk to animals. It's a long story.
No comment.
We've been living in the library for a little bit.
It's been great. Way more snacks, way more screech. Except sometimes there's too much screeches.
Hold up, what kind of haunting are we talking about here? Unexplained noises, objects appearing in strange and unfamiliar places?
Oscar, don't get her hopes up like that.
Nothing like that, sorry. The floor in my bedroom just keeps seeping blood, and I've seen a strange figure in the hallway a couple times.
Wait, You've seen a full body apparition? Can I see it?
Stella, it's probably just a dirty pipe or something.
Shh. What if it's a ghost?
I believe him. I can practically feel the haunting as we speak.
Well, we do live in the annex behind the building. Y'all are more than welcome to check it out. Maybe tomorrow night?
Yes, we'll be there.
Yeah, that sounds like a fun way to spend an evening. Can't wait to get spooked by some creaky pipes.
I don't want to be mean about the cat. We know why they had the cat in the library. I'm gonna leave Pixel be. You decide to leave Pixel be. The cat curls up on the table, fast asleep. Little rotisserie chicken. I have a cat, Sammy, that looks exactly like Pixel.
Alright, I'd better get back to shelving. Let me know if y'all need anything.
Any luck with Rosalina?
Not yet. No, a teen would be a handful, but I didn't think it'd happen overnight. I'll probably head out once you're all done and check in on our usual haunts.
Hey Stella, what was that you were saying about nuclear incidents?
We're talking about the Goldsboro thing, right?
Yeah. Apparently in the 60s, a B-52 carrying a live warhead broke up midair and dropped a couple of bombs.
Sorry, computer's having technical difficulties. 1 second. Fascinating bit of history there. The first of the 2 bombs landed upright after its parachute got caught in a tree. Thankfully, it didn't go off. At the time, the government claimed the bomb was unarmed, but it later came out that the only thing preventing a detonation was a single electrical switch which had failed to trigger on the descent.
And 60 years later, the second bomb still hasn't been recovered.
Right. Its conventional explosive disintegrated in midair, but most of the nuclear material was made unrecoverable by flooding. If I remember correctly, they just buried it and sealed it up.
I'm sorry, Cal, did you say they buried it? You'll need something dug up, because if so, I'm your gal!
So if the bomb is somewhere else, why would there be so many ditchlings here?
Yeah, Goldsboro was almost 400 miles from here. Not that we should be looking too hard at the disaster angle. Whatever those creatures are, they're biological.
Look, you never know with radiation.
I actually know quite a bit. It just melts you. It doesn't make monsters, and a 60-year-old bomb isn't going to explode on its own hundreds of miles away and kill us here.
You never know. There could always be a whole underground society of bomb-worshipping mutants just waiting to blow it up.
I've missed this.
Do you think there's a cult here? You lean in and quietly whisper to Stella and Kaneeka. Do you guys think that there's, like, a cult here? Those cops were awfully suspicious, almost like they're trying to cover something up. Really weird combination of being dismissive and trying to pin things on me. I don't know, it just feels like a cover-up.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. But I'm not sure they really have it in them to be part of a cult.
definitely. I don't think they're capable of putting in the effort.
I'll tell them about veins of Scarlet. So about the coal mines here. Kaneeka visibly shudders.
I get cold sweats just thinking about it being in a place like that. I feel for the guy who worked up there. I can never.
Speak for yourself. I love a good crevice.
She's not fighting the allegations.
Let's just sit in that one for a second.
No PDA in my library, please.
You can't be 2 for 2 after the entire beaver clip.
Okay. Let's go. A union-busting mine collapsed from poor working conditions? Color me shocked.
Yeah, it's pretty awful.
That's what the sculpture out front is for, commemorating all the men and children who died that day.
Every kid in Scarlet Hollow learns about the collapse of 1918. Teachers love to emphasize how many children they had working down there, probably to try and show us how good we have it or whatever. Low bar, if you ask me.
You know, that could be what the ditchlings are warning us about. Another collapse. Writing it down on the list of potential disasters.
Yes, Stella, that's morbid, and besides, it was all Charles Shaw's fault. Labor market is way more strict now. There's no way you could get away with the kind of safety cutbacks he pulled.
Y'all don't actually think the mine is about to collapse, right?
No, I don't think so.
Phew, had me worry there for a second.
Hate to give Tabitha any credit. Mine is safer now than it was back then. Still, what a horrible thought.
You never know.
What happened after the mine collapse? The book just kind of glosses over that.
There was a union for a little bit, but it didn't last. There's not a whole lot written about the past century here.
Yeah, the Scarlet Hollow mine isn't exactly the most ethically run business.
No offense or anything. I'm sure Tabby runs the mines better than Charles Shaw did.
Still hasn't let the union in, though. There's a reason she and I don't talk.
You guys really seem to have a bone to pick with Charles Shaw.
That's what happens when someone directly causes a monumental disaster, especially in a small town like this. People tend to spit when they hear your name.
You got run out of town on a rail, you know. And that's not a figure of speech. Back then, they actually tied you to a rail and ran you out of town. There's a big mural of it over the far wall.
He got it off easy, if you ask me.
What if there's something toxic in the mines poisoning the town? I mean, Wayne seems sick.
That creep who keeps coming around my mom's tea room?
He snuck up on us last night and called out Casey by name.
Yeah, there's definitely something wrong with him. Maybe there's some sort of parasite down in the mines. Maybe it infected Wayne, and maybe Wayne infected the local wildlife.
Huh. Yeah, that could work.
Talk about Silas. So Silas Scarlet. so many bad options here. Rich guy in the South? I should have known it wouldn't be pretty. Yeesh. I figured old money from the South wouldn't be great, but he, sure did some things to get where he was, huh?
That book is a perfect example of why you should use multiple sources for your research instead of trusting the first thing you read on a subject.
Yep, dude was a monster. The mines made a lot of money during the Civil War, too. You could probably guess which side a North Carolinian business owner would be working for.
Sorry you're related to him.
He seems like a terrible person, but I don't see what it has to do with bad omens or creatures in the woods. Oh, sorry. I clicked through that. Is this the one bit? Nope. Dang. Sorry. I guess we just skipped that line. Oh, no, wait. This one? Haha! There we go. This line down here, Kaneeka.
I agree. We're talking about ancient history here.
Yeah, we probably have better leads.
It never hurts to have historical context.
Last but not least, Appalachian folk monsters. So, Appalachian folk monsters. Do you think ditchlings are Tommyknockers? What with the whole warning thing?
Good thought. But Tommyknockers live in mines. That's like their whole thing. I'm gonna write it down, though.
Tommyknockers are literally just the sounds that happen when a bunch of rocks and wood are about to collapse.
Are they? Or are they the sound of mysterious creatures pounding on rocks and support beams with hammers to cause a collapse? There simply was no way to know.
Wampus Cat kind of sounds like they could be mountain lions. Voice like a woman crying out somewhere between person-sized and cat-sized.
Definitely. They are 100% mountain lions.
Kaneeka, you know there are no mountain lions up here. I thought you were supposed to be a skeptic.
Stella, one of these days you'll trust us.
The myths are old, right? Mountain lions didn't go extinct in the Appalachians that long ago. Those legends just haven't died off yet. Most every cryptid can be tracked down to either a hoax or something getting confused about a perfectly normal animal, sometimes both. Bigfoot, for instance, it is a prank. Then folks saw bears walking around on their hind legs and got freaked out, and now here we are.
You'll eat those words and I get the first clear footage of a Bigfoot.
If you manage that, I'll print out a piece of paper that says Bigfoot isn't real and literally eat it. I promise.
I'm holding you to it.
My mom used to tell me that Talipo story. I'd totally forgotten about it. I can't believe I forgot that one. It scared me so bad I didn't eat soup for years. I thought a monster might try and dig it out of my stomach if I did.
I love that one. There's this old chimney in the woods that I used to think was the chimney from Talipo. The one that was left after the thing did whatever it did. Now I know that's just because chimneys don't burn down and wooden houses do.
That doesn't mean it's not the chimney from Talipo. We've camped out there a couple times and seen some pretty spooky stuff.
Yeah, I watched that video. You saw raccoons. Gonna get rabies one of these days chasing after wildlife like that.
What can I say? I like to live on the edge.
Let's move on. What do y'all think?
There's an awful lot of mine-related stuff in my notes. Maybe that should be our next stop. We can poke around, find out if anyone's seen anything weird.
Just to clarify, you're suggesting we go to question some of the miners, right? Are not poking around unprepared in actual mines, right? Right?
Yeah, totally. 100%. I would never. We don't even have a good reason to go down there.
Good. Let's keep it that way. You know how I feel about mines.
I promise, Sneaks. We're just going to question some of the miners. And if that questioning gives us a good reason to poke around, say, a cool abandoned coal mine, then we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
We can cross that bridge when we come to it. I'm not going underground.
I'm just messing with you. We'll stick to the surface.
Okay, good. And hopefully we can find out what's wrong with Wayne while we're at it.
Do we have to? Alright, but let's try and stay under the radar. If we're doing this, let's do our best to stay under the radar. I'm already in enough hot water with Tabitha as it is.
That sounds like a good idea.
We'll be super sneaky, I promise. I can even keep lookout. Look at us, going out on a caper together. I miss this.
I missed it too. I mean, sure, it's not under the best circumstances, but I've been so wrapped up in running the store, I didn't realize how much I missed being able to hang out with you. Though, there is something missing. Reese. I really miss that dude. I can't believe how long it's been since we've seen each other. Have you seen him lately?
Nope. I've tried to plan stuff, but he's been too sick.
I didn't realize it was getting so bad. The poor guy.
You know, we could just pop over and surprise him. He seemed excited to meet Casey. Maybe we'll finally get him to leave his little cave.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Alright, let's roll out. See ya, Oscar. We'll let you know if we want to run into Rosalina.
Thanks, guys. I'll keep y'all posted.
Reese's home
Present them
stands Reese's home stands at the edge of the forest wall, an isolated buffer cushioning the rest of the town from an unending wilderness.
Reese! It's Stella! I brought some buddies, too.
Shh, not so loud. He's still sleeping. Can I help you with something?
The woman in the doorway stares directly into your eyes. You can practically feel her simmering irritation washing over you.
Hi, Dr. Kelly. We were wondering if it would be okay if Reese could come hang out?
Nothing strenuous, we promise.
I'm not gonna wake him up. If he's sleeping, he probably needs it. Whatever you two have planned is probably beyond what he can manage right now anyways.
Oh no, poor Reese.
It's just been so long since either of us have gotten the chance to hang out with him. I'm sure he and Casey would get along super well, too.
I'm not offering her the peanuts. I know you all want me to. She scares me too much.
Do it. How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old woman?
Nuts always.
It's a great way to cut the tension.
Dr. Kelly.
I want to do it.
Saving.
I love your deep fear of messing up social interactions by handing them nuts.
I don't want people to think I'm a freak. Okay.
Lore accurate,
You
Alice.
talk with the
Long
animals.
I reiterate, nuts, nuts, nuts!
You hold out your pungent bag of peanuts. Maybe you can bribe Reese's mom into letting him hang out with you.
He can't eat peanuts.
Reese's mom turns back to the house, sighing.
Sorry. I know that was a little rude. You just want to hang out with Reese, and he misses both of you too.
She sighs again, as if deciding whether to finish her thought.
He's usually feeling his best around mid-afternoon. Why don't you come over tomorrow? We can have some supper, and y'all can hang out for a bit. I don't promise he'll be perky, but I'm sure it'll brighten his spirits to see you two again. And I suppose you can come too, Casey.
That would be great. I can bring a side dish. Maybe deviled eggs? Does he still eat those?
No, eggs are a little much for him. They don't settle well. You can leave the cooking to me. I know what he can handle.
Okay. I'll bring soda then.
That's not... Okay, yes, fine, you can bring soda. Nothing with caffeine. Ginger ale, preferably. Oh, and leave the dog at home.
She might cheer him up, you know? They have those therapy dogs in hospital.
No dogs.
What? I never. Absolute gall!
Thanks so much, Dr. Kelly. We'll stop bothering you now. See you later.
Dr. Kelly nods in acknowledgement, then quickly shuts the door. The sound of several locks clicking into place can be heard from within.
God, that woman makes me so nervous.
I remember she used to be so nice and carefree when we were kids. She always had the best stickers when we had to get our shots. Maybe she's just stressed about Reese.
Or maybe she's just nice to kids.
Either way. I guess it's just the three of us. You gonna drive?
Yeah, sorry. I don't like the thought of going up there without the van.
Cool. I'll take my shortcut then. It shouldn't take long for me to get there. You're welcome to tag along, Casey. Don't worry, I won't be offended if you'd rather ride with Kaneeka. I'm sure you're probably sick of the woods.
Either way works for me.
I don't think I even have to ask chat who they want me to go with. It's gonna be Stella, right guys?
Stella.
No
Stella.
one's preferring Kaneeka.
Stella.
We all just want to get with the cool cryptid
Holy
lady.
cow.
Lesbians.
Okay.
Thank you, no.
Let's walk with Stella. I'll walk with Stella. We'll meet you there. The woods are calm and serene compared to last night, though you can't help but get the feeling of danger lurks just beyond the trees.
Hey, thanks for coming along with us. With Gretchen and me, I mean. I had fun last night, but it was also kind of an objectively horrible experience. I was a little worried you'd ditch first thing in the morning. Not that I'd blame you. We saw some pretty terrifying stuff.
Ooh. We could get a little flirtatious. I had fun too. I liked hanging out with you. Most interesting thing to happen in years. Should we talk about last night? I think I'm gonna, let the masses have what they want, and we're gonna like hanging out with her. I had fun last night too. I like hanging out with you.
Nice. Good talk.
The conversation comes to a dramatic halt, with you, Stella, and Gretchen all whirling around to face the source of the sound.
A bird! Let me at it. I can get it.
Back off, dog! This is my stick!
Whoa, calm down, girl. It's just a bird. The same probably goes for the two of us. I guess we're a little on edge. Let's hurry to the mine. It shouldn't be much farther.
Kaneeka casually leans against her van as you and Stella emerge from the woods.
Hey. I'll have a good walk.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, not that you were missing out or anything.
Didn't run into those creatures, did you?
Nope.
That makes sense. They're probably nocturnal. I don't know if I should feel relieved or disappointed. But we're all here. What's the plan?
I guess we just go talk to people.
I guess so.
Can someone screenshot Gretchen here? Her eyes are not going the right ways, and it's making me very happy and distracted. So I just need someone to make sure we get that.
I should probably be on lookout duty. I'm a bit of a persona non grata in the mines.
Tabitha?
Yeah. I might have tried sneaking in to talk to her a time or two too many. And Gretchen makes it extra hard to be sneaky.
What can I say? I thrive in the limelight.
We're probably less likely to get caught if only one of us snooping around down there.
If Stella's on lookout duty and only one of us is going in, what's the third person doing?
know those cheesy rom-coms where someone wears an earpiece on their first date?
Whoa, do you have some kind of surveillance rig in the back of your van that I didn't know about?
What? No. A pair of earbuds with a really good mic. We could just do a group call.
I take it I'm the one going in? I take it I'm the one of us you're talking about?
Tabitha and I aren't exactly friends. And pretty much all of the miners shop at the general store. I don't want to make folks uncomfortable, you know?
It's probably for the best, Casey.
You're good, Kaneeka. I've got this.
You'll do great. Use those earbuds I mentioned earlier.
Kaneeka hands you a pair of earbuds.
Can feed you questions if you get stuck, and Stella can give you a heads up if Tabitha's headed your way.
Dang, I miss doing this sort of thing with you. You're so thorough.
Aw, thanks. I do my best.
I guess we should part ways and start the call, yeah?
Stella and Kaneeka break off, leaving him alone at the entrance to the mines. Your phone buzzes.
Hey.
Can you hear us? Try saying something.
Loud and clear.
Cool. Same goes for you.
Nothing to do now but enter the worksite. I just want to do a quick time check for people. Are we cool if we go for like a third hour? Because I think a third hour could wrap up the chapter. And if we're not cool for a third hour, speak now. And I can't see Discord notifications, so please actually say something.
I'm good to keep going.
I'm cool.
Yep.
Awesome.
We chill with it.
I'm good.
3x. If anyone's got old man disease and needs to go to bed, it's cool. We can have someone sub out your lines for the end for a couple lines. Yeah, no, I get old
I'm
man disease
EP, but
pretty
I'll
bad
push
sometimes.
through.
I appreciate you.
I'm an hour behind you guys. It's not that late for me.
Oh, that's true. I forget. I'm sorry.
I'm also an hour behind.
It's
him, to be
8:30
fair.
and I'm going to bed.
Yeah,
Old
same.
man disease.
The
I get it
oldest
too.
of man disease.
I got Wheel of Fortune at 10.
Great. We're gonna try to close out chapter 2 tonight. Bard, let me know if suddenly everyone gets hit with old man disease. Thank you.
I'll keep an eye.
Okay, nothing to do now but enter the worksite. You pass through the unlocked fence and enter the property of the Scarlet Hollow Mine. You pass through the unlocked fence and enter the property of the Scarlet Hollow Mine. I'm in.
Alright. Orpheus, good to know.
Let's approach the nearest group of miners. You approach the nearest group of miners. A blonde woman, a broad-shouldered man, and an old-timer. Their uniforms identify them as Harrison, Davis, and Zax. I don't remember who's supposed to be doing this part. Zax? Zax is Kira.
I was trying to look and my entire browser froze. I apologize.
Oh, my bad. I didn't. Wait.
You asked me to
which
do one, but I don't
one?
know which one I am.
Okay,
That wasn't
I'll go
decided.
through the miners really quick because there are a ton of them.
We should probably pin the post that you put earlier.
I'll throw it in the chat.
Emilio,
Yeah.
you are Harrison and Rodriguez. Duck, you are Davis and Smith. Kira, you are Zax and Isaacs.
Okay. I don't have to do like a masculine voice, do I? Because I
No.
genuinely can't.
Gender is a concept that we came up with by the government.
God, so true.
Do whatever voice you want.
Okay, one of them's gonna be like ooh ooh though.
Hell yeah.
Because my partner just went no.
Yes,
You got a reason to be bothering us?
I love this.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about a guy named Wayne?
Yeah, we knew him.
He was such a cut up. Miss that dude.
What happened to him? The miners shift for a moment uncomfortably, glancing at one another.
Isn't that the guy y'all said was,
He's gone. That's all that matters.
We'll leave it a little. You seen anything weird lately? The miners look you up and down.
Weird how?
People getting sick? Like more than usual?
Nope. Nothing like that.
I feel fit as an ox.
We have good working conditions in the mine, and our health is wholly looked after.
You running into any weird animals?
Nope.
You been talking to that townie?
The one the boss gave a lifetime ban to?
I'm so sorry. I had to go step up and put my dinner plate away.
Yes, okay.
Wait, are they talking about me?
Yeah, she's like a Bigfoot YouTuber or something. Her videos are actually pretty good.
Yep, that's me all right. And aw, that's so sweet.
But you know, now that I think about it, it's pretty weird. I haven't been seeing many animals at all lately. Used to be I'd see all sorts of critters. Now it's mostly birds.
This is your first year up here, ain't it? Just not used to all the seasons changing. All the animals are hibernating, that's all.
I don't know. She's got a point. I've been up here 5 years now, and it's never been like this before.
Maybe that's maybe that's global warming then.
I think they're calling it climate change now.
Any weird noises coming from the woods?
Not a peep.
We're underground most of the day, though.
You know, I heard something unusual the other night. Thought it might have been an owl or something, but it didn't sound right.
It was an owl. You're just not used to the local wildlife yet.
Any knocking in the mines?
Can't barely hear nothing when the machines are going down there.
He's right. It's loud as shit. It does sound like knocking, though. The way the machine pounds through the rock. Not sure if that's what you're thinking.
You're not asking about Tommy knockers, are you?
Tommy what nows?
Tommy knockers. They're like an old Welsh myth. Little guys that live in mines and knock on the walls before they collapse.
Ha! Nothing like that around here.
And I've got a couple other questions. Yeah, I'm gonna ask about the... So I met this guy on the bus. Wore a beanie and a shirt that said, "I went to Yeah." He said he had some friends working the mines up here.
Does this have anything to do with what's going on in town?
A lot of people wear beanies.
He gave me some boiled peanuts. Do y'all want any? You pull out your bag of boiled peanuts and offer them to the miners. He gave me some boiled peanuts. Do y'all want any?
Oh no, is that where you got those things?
Oh my god, they're at least a day old at this point.
Pass.
No thanks.
I'm good.
Now, is there anything else we can help you with?
I'm being a little nosy. So, what do you think of Tabitha? The miners stare at you, distrust in their eyes. Harrison chews her sandwich slowly.
She works hard.
She's a good boss. Who's asking?
Do I call myself out? Yeah, I'm her cousin. I'm here for the funeral. The miners straighten up, suddenly very serious.
Sorry, I didn't know. I thought you were maybe one of them environmentalists, or...
Yeah, sorry for any trouble.
You make sure to tell her we said she's a great boss, okay? I'm Sax, this is Davis, and this here's Harrison.
Actually, that's all, thanks.
Bye.
You walk away from the miners. approach another group of miners. You head over to the next group of miners. Before you can reach the miners, you're struck by an intense feeling. You recognize the hollow terror as the same thing you felt last night when your eyes set on that awful man in the miner's jacket.
You shouldn't be up here. It's dangerous.
What are you?
Flesh and blood. Much like yourself. You don't have to be afraid of me. Stay home. Wait for the week to end. Don't keep putting yourself in the path of danger. This is all I ask.
Before you can say another word, the figure is gone.
Hey, Casey, are you still there? We've just been getting static from you.
Don't mind me, our new friend just stopped by to say hello.
Whoa. I thought I saw you talking to someone down there. Are you okay?
Whatever he is, I don't think he's human.
I hate to say it, but with how the call went to static, what if he's a ghost? Like, actually a ghost?
You hate to say it, Stella, I don't think anything would make you happier than Wayne being a ghost. So, ghosts aren't real.
Hey now, just because I want ghosts to be real doesn't mean I want this ghost harassing Casey.
He told me to stay at the estate for the rest of the week. I wonder why. That I'd be safe there. Why would he tell me that?
What the hell is that supposed to mean? He must have been threatening you, right?
The plot thickens.
This just means we're on the right track. I'm not about to back down. Wayne trying to make me leave just means we're on the right track. I'm not about to back down.
Whoa, so brave.
Heck yeah, Casey. We've got your back.
Let's approach that other group of miners.
Hey there. Can we help you with something?
Do any of you know a man named Wayne?
Wayne? Do you mean Sam Wayne?
What are you asking about him for?
Whoops, sorry, I was having troubles hitting the button. Wait, have you seen him?
I saw him just now. He muttered some creepy stuff to me and disappeared.
I knew it! He probably just got back to camp after whatever he went off to do.
Hold on a tick. Creepy isn't exactly his MO. You know that, Isaacs. How do you know it was Sam Wayne? I don't recall seeing your face around here before.
Name was on his jacket, just like yours. Name on his jacket, Wayne, just like yours says Smith.
So do all of our jackets, but if I switch with Isaacs, that doesn't make me Isaacs.
No, it's gotta be him. There's no way he's dead.
Really think he's running around town creeping on strangers and ignoring his friends and co-workers? Seems more likely to me that somebody took care of him, so to speak, and is running around in his clothes.
The miners stand in silence for a moment, considering what they've just heard.
That's not possible. That's ridiculous.
This is messed up.
But who would do something like that?
I don't know. Why don't you ask his girlfriend?
Yikes. Do you think... No way.
Just saying. He wasn't exactly the first fella to fall for her, Charms. Lots of heartbreak in that woman's history. Lots of jilted ex-lovers, if you catch my drift.
Dang, what are they talking about?
I told him not to get involved with her. I told him.
Who was Wayne seeing?
Whoa now. If you don't know, there's no way I'm poking that wasp's nest. Forget we said anything.
Yeah, I don't want to be next on the chopping block.
I kind of want to press them, because I have a theory about who it is. Let's just press a little. Just a little.
Let's press them.
Come on, don't dangle something like that.
Look, I just don't want to cause any trouble. Enough people are losing their jobs as is. I've got mouths to feed.
Yes, my theory.
Losing their jobs, and in Sam Wayne's case, disappearing. We've already said too much. Come on, boys.
Did we check in?
Just as a heads up, the only group I still see out there is pretty close to the main office. Might still be worth talking to them, but I don't know if I can give you all that much of a warning if Tabitha comes out.
I'm gonna meet back up. I'm not gonna take that gamble today. Make it a 4-hour chapter, too. Let's meet back up.
Cool. We'll meet you by the van.
You're interrupted by a sudden movement out of the corner of your eye. A girl carrying a bundle of snacks pops through a hole of the fence and disappears over the crest of a hill.
Hey, I think I just saw Rosalina.
Wait, really? What is she doing here?
Doing a delinquency. I'm going after her.
Good idea. We'll try and catch up with you.
You rush over the hill to get your bearings. The sound of active mining fades into the distance. Rosalina is nowhere to be found, but dusty footprints point towards a nearby mine. Something about the mine feels wrong, as though a cold anger lies burning inside, sucking the life from the surrounding hills. This is the site of a mass grave.
She didn't.
I guess the old Maxwell place doesn't cut it as a secret hangout spot these days.
The Shaw mine? That place was shut down like 100 years ago. After a collapse that killed over 100 people. Here I thought Stella was gonna be the one to drag me into an abandoned coal mine.
Hey, remember all those bad feelings I got last night? This place feels straight up cursed.
I mean, like Kaneeka said, a lot of people died down there. There's a lot of spooky history to this place. For all we know, maybe all that death left some kind of mark down there.
Okay, just because a bunch of people died in there, it doesn't mean it's cursed. Come on. I'm not about to let Rosalina get hurt in there. Even if it means I have to go underground.
Whoa. You sure, Meeks? Casey and I can handle this on our own.
Yeah, I'm sure. As much as I hate confined spaces, I hate the thought of other people getting trapped down there even more.
Stella and Kaneeka disappear into the mines. Before you follow, you briefly wonder if you should let Tabitha know about this. Alright, chat. Do I loop Tabitha in? I am now
Don't be a
open to
narc.
your opinion.
No.
Don't be a narc.
Snitches get stitches.
Snitches up in ditches, went up in ditches with stitches.
I'm gonna wait a sec for chats and
I,
stuff.
I will
waiting,
point out
Alice,
that
is
Tabitha is
Miles
not
done?
a cop.
Miles is not done at the moment. How long do we have? I see in the chat. How long do you have until your session? Said in 2 hours?
Yeah, he said roughly 2 hours.
Okay. Oh, it will not be. You will be fine. We'll probably wrap this up in the next 1 hour. And Miles is not present all the way till the end. When Miles leaves the mine, he leaves for the night, and you are tip-top all set.
I actually have to go.
He has to go now?
Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
Looks like it.
That's okay.
Sorry.
I'll get someone else to cover the lines.
Alright.
Alright.
Hey, guys.
Night.
Night.
Okay. Who is not gonna do too much having a conversation with themselves? I think we're all gonna be having conversations with ourselves.
I'm not
Kira,
seeing
would you
any
mind
particular
subbing in as
opinions.
Kaneeka?
Yeah, I can do that.
Thank you, dear. And quickly looking at my list, subbing in for Miles. Duck, if you wouldn't mind.
Sure.
Thank you, friends. I know there are a bunch of people who are here and fantastic and interested in subbing, but you got stuff coming up, and I don't want you talking over yourself too much. Heart emoji. Okay. So, overwhelmingly, you guys don't want me to tell Tabitha. Okay. That makes this scarier. I'm gonna give you a heads up. That makes shit a lot scarier.
Good.
You made your own bed. Follow Kaneeka and Stella into the
Awesome.
mine. You take a deep breath and follow your new friends into the mine. The inside of the mine is warmer than you'd expected. The air thick and wet. The ceiling hangs much lower than you are tall, forcing you and your companions to hunch over. Your legs bent in a painful squat as you begin to navigate its maze of corridors.
Jesus, it's cramped down here. Does anyone else's chest feel tight?
I certainly can't say I'm one for dark and stuffy places. This seems much more suited for a cat, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, abandoned mines are way more claustrophobic than people expect them to be. And this one's real bad. You know, because of the child miners. Or should I say the miners?
Kaneeka visibly shudders.
Okay, I'm not superstitious, but if there's one way to make sure you get haunted, it's cracking jokes about dead child laborers while walking on their graves.
What can I say? I do my best to tempt the spirits wherever I go. I actually snuck down here a few times to try and get some good footage. Part of my ghost hunting phase.
Jesus, Stella, the things you do for your viewers. Did you find anything?
I wish. If any place in Scarlet Haunted was actually haunted, it'd be this mine, hands down. But all I got was dust in my lungs and a couple of false alarms.
The deeper you progress into the mine, the heavier the air becomes. Coal dust hangs in thick clouds all around you, even though this place was abandoned over a century ago. Stella pauses as a sound rushes overhead.
Oh my god, what was that? The mine's going to collapse and we're all going to die here, aren't we?
Stella sighs longingly.
That's just how the wind sounds down here.
You sound so disappointed.
It just brings back memories of my last foray into these depths. Every time I thought I'd finally found a spooky ghost, there wound up being a very unghostly explanation. Like local wildlife, for instance.
Stella turns her flashlight up towards an alcove overhead.
Say, what's the big idea?
Yeah, we were sleeping here. Shut that light off, you noisy bastards.
I am so sorry for my companions. Stella means well, I assure you.
Those guys got me real good last time I was here alone.
I'm sure you're quite worried about me after my behavior last night, Casey. But let that interaction be assurance that my temper is most wholly under control. I wouldn't dare venture away from the safety of my Stella's arms in a horrible place like this.
Oh my god, there are bats down here? I'm going to get rabies, aren't I? I'm going to get rabies and die in a mine collapse.
You holding up okay, Meeks?
Yeah, sorry, I'm just a little on edge.
Kaneeka stopped mid-sentence by a thunderous knock, echoing from deeper in the mine.
Okay, what was that?
That was death, of that I'm certain.
That was... I have no idea what that was. Did that sound like knocking to you guys?
A hateful and broken presence stirs in the deep. It doesn't want you here. That was a warning. We have to move fast before something terrible happens here.
Well, you don't think it's the Tommyknockers, do you?
Okay, no, Tommyknockers are not real. They're not allowed to be real. Are you trying to give me a panic attack?
I'd love to spend some extra time poking around down here. Maybe it's got something to do with the mystery.
The three of you are interrupted by a second, much less distant sound of a can being popped open.
Okay, now that wasn't Tommyknockers.
It came from this way. Follow me.
Follow Stella. You and Kaneeka follow Stella further into the mine. You breathe a sigh of relief as the tight passageways give way to a small cavern. A group of teens turns and stares at you with annoyance.
What the hell are you all doing in here?
Hoodie girl is Becka.
Sorry. What the hell are you doing in here? You creeps, are you stalking us?
That's Alexis. Noah? Oh. Your mic didn't catch that.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
Speak to us.
I don't see you're muted, but I also don't hear you.
Did she put herself on push to talk? That might be it.
Maybe?
Maybe check that your Discord is using the right audio input.
I've had that happen before many times.
Me too.
Try that. Yeah, try that.
Nope. Heard something there.
Hello? Yay!
Yay.
Okay, sorry, I don't know what happened. Everything went silent for
You're good. Tech is wild. Anyway, you're up.
Yeah, creeps.
I just said that, Alexis. If I wanted an echo, I'd yell into the Grand Canyon.
What are you guys even doing down here? This is the most miserable place I've been in my entire life. That's Zane.
This place isn't miserable. We're like cool and rad.
Who the hell are you exactly?
That's Casey, Tabby's cousin.
Rosalina, your dad is worried sick about you. And if you ask me, he was right to worry. Why the hell would you think hanging out in an old mine would be a good idea? Is the Maxwell place not dangerous enough?
Because no one actually comes in here. Duh. Everyone knows we hang out at Maxwell Place now, so we had to find a new hideout. Which you instantly found. So I guess we have to find an even more secluded place where we can just be ourselves. I can't believe your dad sent people to follow you, Rosalina. That's messed up. I think that qualifies as harassment.
You're right, Becca. It is messed up. I don't need him telling me where I can be.
You should at least check in with him so he knows you're not dead. He loves you and worries about you. He's really not asking for much.
Don't you kids have school tomorrow anyways?
It's
fall
fall
break.
break.
It's fall break.
And we're not kids.
Yeah, we're teens.
Young pups these days, absolutely no respect for their elders.
Are those canned strawberry margaritas? Where did you even get those?
The teens avoid eye contact. Miles tries to melt into the cavern wall.
Oh no, I know that isn't you, Miles. It had better not be you.
Yeah, whatever. It's me. What are you even doing here? Becca's right. Sounds to me like you're stalking and harassing and all that.
You're supposed to be minding the store.
It's not like anyone even comes in on Tuesdays. And Mom's there, so it's fine.
Eyes dart uncomfortably around the cavern as Kaneeka tears into her brother.
It's not fine. It's extremely not fine. Why do I always have to be the responsible one? Do you know what I would give to be as carefree as you? I left school so you would have a chance to live your life, and this is what you're doing with it? What would Dad think if he could see this? Stealing booze from the family store to dick around in an abandoned mine?
Ugh, Dad's dead, Kaneeka. But if he were here, he'd be disappointed you wound up being such a bossy jerk. Who cares if we're having canned margaritas somewhere nobody's supposed to bother us?
I'd love to help y'all sort this out, but maybe we can do it not in an abandoned coal mine.
Oh, and what are you, an expert on mine safety? They only abandoned this place because there wasn't enough coal left to bother digging anymore. My dad told me, and he's an actual foreman at the continuous mining facility, so he knows what he's talking about.
I thought your dad was a charge hand.
No, Alexis. He got promoted last month. And he says this place is totally safe and we can hang out here anytime we want.
Becca's dad's right, though. Check out how sturdy this place is.
The teen with the beanie jumps up and slaps a strut on the ceiling.
Oh, was that the knocking we were hearing earlier? One of these days I'll find a real tummy knocker.
Oh my god, Zane, cut it out. Jumping up to hit stuff is extremely 8th grade. No offense, Rosalina.
None taken. None taken. The other 8th graders are totally immature.
Like you, Rosalina, you're chill. And smart, too.
Quiet, all of you. I don't care where your dad works. Becca, this place isn't safe. Just because these old timber struts have stood this long doesn't mean they'll stand forever.
I'm not listening to what some sad 20-somethings have to say about where we're allowed to be.
Hey, I'm not sad. Where'd you get that idea?
My Stella can't possibly be sadder with me around. Oh, absolutely rude. These pups need to learn some manners.
Running a little clickbaity YouTube channel where you run around in the woods chasing nothing is extremely sad. Anyways, Rosalina isn't going anywhere. She's better off here than at home.
But where you have to sleep, Rosalina.
We've been living in the library for the past couple weeks. Dad says we can't stay in our house.
They've got like a hot plate and a couple of cots in one of the back rooms. It's actually a pretty sick setup.
No, it isn't, Zane.
Rosalina deserves better.
Oh no, this isn't about your house being haunted, is it?
No.
Oh my god, did my dad tell you that?
I'll leave it at that.
It's such a bullshit excuse. I bet he couldn't afford it anymore and is lying to you to save face. What a coward.
Becca, I don't think you can, like, say that around other people's families. Like, isn't that like bullying or something?
Shut up, Zane.
Oscar actually invited us to check it out when we saw him earlier today. It could make for a fun, non-abandoned coal mine-related activity. Just throwing that out there.
There's no ghost, Stella. It would be cool if there was, but Becca's right. I just wish he would be honest with me and tell me what's really going on. It's like he doesn't think I can handle it. Like I'm still a little kid.
I'm not gonna weigh in on this. This is between you and your dad, and the two of you should talk about it anywhere that isn't here.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, if Rosalina's house is haunted, we should, like, break in and, like, ghost bust it or something. Sounds pretty rad to me.
Whatever gets you delinquents out of this mine.
Oh my god, Zane, you can't ghost bust if there is no ghost.
Also, Rosalina lives there. She can't, like, break into her own house. She can't, like, break into her own house.
There's no ghost that you know of. I bet we could figure out how to bust it if it's actually real. And if it isn't real, well, problem solved.
Rosalina, you could always stay over at my house until Stella ghost busts your place. We have a finished basement with a pull-out couch.
Why are we talking about this like it's a thing? It's not a thing. There is no ghost.
Whether there's a ghost in Oscar's house is a question for a time when we're not in immediate danger. And to ruin everyone's fun, the answer is probably no, there is not a ghost. Now I'm gonna drag my shithead brother back home and suggest you kids leave this empty mine before somebody gets black lung or gets crushed by rocks or meets any one of the terrible fates that people tend to meet in abandoned mines.
Kaneeka is interrupted by a pair of thunderous knocks.
That wasn't me, I swear.
Then what was it? Come on, Stella, didn't you have a whole list of perfectly natural explanations for scary mine noises?
It's Tommy knockers for sure. I know this isn't why we came down here, but we've got to check it out.
Stella!
I know. But weird stuff's been happening around here the past few days. What if this is our chance to get an actual solid lead? The stakes couldn't be higher.
Do you have no sense of self-preservation?
If you guys are gonna go after something spooky, count me in.
Nobody is going deeper into the mine. Nobody is staying in the mine. We're all leaving. Please, before my heart gives out.
It'll be fun, Neeks.
It will not. Wait a second. Where did 3 of you run off to? Are you kidding me?
Wow, Kaneeka. Maybe if you weren't still scared of the dark or whatever, you would have, noticed them sneak off. I noticed them sneak off, and, I've been zoning out the whole time we've been here.
Oh, hey. They must have squeezed through that child-sized tunnel.
Oh, no. No.
Dang. I've always wondered where that goes. I've never been able to get these hips through there.
It's probably for the best, dear.
Becca's head pops out from the tunnel entrance.
We are not about to let you come in here and ruin our good time. The mine is safe. I've been here 1,000,000 times.
Becca says we're safe, then we're totally safe.
Whatever. Come on, you two. I know a cool spot this way.
Okay, I think we can catch up with them if we just follow their voices. Do you want to take these two out here while Casey and I track them down, Neeks?
Look, I know I've made a bit of a fuss about not liking this place, but I'm not about to leave you two alone down here. What if something bad happens and I'm not here to help? Or what if you run into something totally normal here and you think is a ghost and I miss out on my chance to figure out what it actually is? Alright, knuckleheads. If I don't escort you two out of here myself, can I trust you to actually leave and go home?
Yeah, sure. I could never fit in that tunnel anyways. I have crossed a barrier that I cannot, so my time here is done. But only because Stella promised me a ghost hunt tomorrow.
Whatever. I still have to do my dailies anyway, and the service down here sucks.
Good. Now go.
Miles and Zane quietly head back toward the entrance.
Alright, let's get this over with.
Yeah, let's make it creepier. There's no way around it. I can feel the depths call out to us, and we're destined to answer their call.
Please save the spooky one-liners for where we are someplace that isn't here.
We can get coffee at Winnie's once we're all out of here. My treat.
You and Kaneeka exchange a glance as Stella ventures forward. Let's go, gamers. As the 3 of you move deeper into the mine, You hear echoes of conversation bounce across the walls.
Why are we doing this again? We could get in so much trouble.
We're doing this because I'm not about to take life advice from a YouTuber and a dropout.
Whoa, that is so uncalled for.
I didn't drop out. I'm going back to vet school as soon as my family doesn't need me here.
I don't know. I think Stella's kind of cool. Her videos are really neat.
Oh, come on. She doesn't even have a sponsor. What kind of YouTuber doesn't have a sponsor?
I mean, not yet, but I'm in talks with Meat Rice, and I make plenty from ads and donations.
Yikes, are you okay, Kaneeka?
Yeah, it's fine. I just can't believe we have to deal with that Becka girl slandering us while we're sticking our necks out for her. God, I hate her.
Normally I'd say she's just a kid, but wow, if she doesn't have an uncanny ability to go right for the jugular.
Dang, Stella, Meat Rice? That's a big deal. They're on like every big podcast.
Thank you, thank you. Feels like a really big step for the channel.
I'm so proud of you, Stella.
I'm just glad they're not gossiping about me.
Yep.
Yeah, I know they're just teens, but some of that stuff stung.
Another knock, closer, interrupts your thoughts. Followed by another, followed by another.
Is it just me, or is that knocking coming from the same direction as those kids?
Yeah, it's not just you.
Okay, that knocking is starting to freak me out.
Calm down, Rosalina. It's just mind sounds.
Did you guys see that?
No, it was just a shadow. There's no reason to get freaked out.
I saw it.
Shut up. There's nothing down here. Stop trying to scare me.
Are we sure the tunnel they went through is gonna meet back up with us?
I mean, we're still able to hear their voices. At the very least, we're all still heading in the same direction.
What did they see?
Tommy knockers.
Tommy knockers aren't real. But there's a reason people think they make those sounds. And it's not a coincidence that the whole Tommy knocker myth is tied to mine collapses.
Those poor kids.
Is it too mean to call it karma? They've been making fun of us all night.
At least now we'll probably be able to actually get them to leave.
We're getting closer. Let's keep moving. As you progress deeper into the mine, the knocking grows more frequent. It's still distant, but it's much louder than before. The tunnel ends abruptly in front of you. A century-old ladder is the only way forward. In the darkness beyond, you can still hear the echoes of terrified teens, their panicked arguing bouncing down the pitch-black corridors. The pit radiates rage, a white-hot anger. It hates you. But at the heart of it, you can sense something else. The quiet hum of a darker presence. The heart calls to you, desperate to be witnessed.
Lord, tell me we are not going down that deep dark hole. It don't smell right.
Well, it looks like the only way forward is that pit. and it sounds like they're somewhere down there. I've never been this far in.
It looks like a death trap. Are you sure we should go down there?
You can wait up here, Neeks. I don't think I can climb down and hold Gretchen.
Alright, I'm not gonna argue with you. That ladder looks older than all of us combined. Good luck.
Alright, let's do this.
Stella hoists herself over the edge and begins the climb down.
I've got my paws crossed for you two.
Follow Stella into the pit. You walk to the ladder and climb down.
Stay safe, Casey.
I'm pretty sure this is the way back. Come on.
Pretty sure? I thought you'd been down here before.
Okay, maybe I didn't get this far in, but whatever, it doesn't matter. I definitely remember the way out. Hurry, I don't want to be down here anymore.
I think it was actually this way.
Oh, shut up! No one even wanted you to come with us anyway.
Yeah, they're close all right.
It sounds like they're really lost.
The voices around you, those of the teens and your companions, sound odd, distant. Step forward. There's something in the darkness before you that's much louder, though you don't hear it. You don't hear it, but you can feel it in your chest. A desperate need to perceive and be perceived. You wrap yourself in the darkness of the pit.
Hey, you alright, Casey?
You bear witness. Stella reaches for your shoulder, but not before the light of your phone illuminates the chamber.
You said we wouldn't use this shipment. You know it's compromised.
We couldn't afford to wait on new wood, Charles. We had we had to go ahead with it. It's still sturdy enough. It'll get the job done.
Casey! Casey, are you alright? Oh, thank God you're alive. It looked like you had a seizure or something, and then you just conked out. She's okay, Kaneeka!
Thank God.
Okay, don't move a muscle. I don't want you straining yourself while you're still recovering from whatever that was. Kaneeka and I are going to get you help. We'll be back soon, I promise. Don't die on me, alright?
You fade back out of consciousness as your companion clambers out of the pit, intent on your rescue. You raise up on your elbows, head still swimming from the visions, your surroundings coming back into focus. Your head throbs as the knocking continues, now magnitudes more intense than ever. Through it, you once again hear the panicked voices of bickering teenagers echoing down the stone corridors.
Becka, you're just getting us more lost. It's this way.
If you're so sure, then why don't you just leave? I can't believe I let Alexis talk me into inviting you in the first place.
Becka, I'm just trying to help.
I said go.
Okay, I will. Alexis, you don't have to go with her. You know that, right?
Pick a side, Alexis.
I'm sure Becka knows where we're going. She wouldn't lie. Sorry, Rosalina.
The increasingly desperate voices of the teens are drowned out by the thunderous knocking. You can practically feel the ground shake beneath you. You can almost see the walls vibrate with the intensity of the hellish sound. As you settle more into your senses, Rosalina appears in the passageway to your left. She's out of breath and it looks like she's been crying.
I'm so sorry I snuck off like that. I just wanted Alexis to think I was cool.
The entire cavern shakes with the sound of rockfall. This place, at least part of it, is coming apart.
Becka and Alexis are still down there. We can't just leave them here. I know which way they were going. They'll listen to you this time, I promise. Please, I don't want them to die!
This is a terrible place, and whatever lurks in these tunnels wants you dead. You need to get out of here. Another dusting of debris falls from the ceiling. You don't have long until this mine collapses on you. Now we get to choose if these children live or die. We're gonna save. And I'm gonna start by going after them. And if we die, I'll come back. Okay, let's do this.
Thank you. They're back this way. Hurry!
Rosalina runs back the way she came. You run after her. The mines shake with each new thunderous blow as bits of rock and dust fall off the ceiling and scatter on the floor around you.
I thought you knew the way out! I thought you'd been down here 1,000,000 times already!
I was making it up, okay?
We're coming! Just stay where you are!
Can you see those things, Rosalina? She ignores your question, singularly focused on pushing forward to her friends. You follow suit.
Lena, you came back.
I don't want to die down here.
Then move.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You quickly push your way back toward the entrance. Pieces of fallen rock littering the path around you. As you reach the pit, you and Rosalina direct Becka and Alexis to the ladder. They start climbing. Climb out of the pit. You follow suit and start climbing close behind.
Why couldn't you have just listened to someone other than yourself, Becka?
I'm sorry, okay? God!
You push forward, your burning muscles giving way to pure adrenaline. To your horror, you can see cracks forming on the walls of the tunnel.
You gotta go faster!
We're almost there! I can see the entrance!
Your surroundings quake as the mine collapses around you. And then the knocking fades, and you feel safe, having arrived back at the entrance in one piece.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Lena, are you okay?
Clearly she's not okay, idiot!
Shut up, Becka! It was your idea to go down there in the first place! This is your fault!
This really hurts!
Stella and Kaneeka pop their heads through the main mine entrance.
I think I hear voices in there. Oh my god.
Rosalina, can you hear me? We're gonna get you out of here, okay? Stella already called an ambulance.
But that means the cops are gonna come. They're gonna know I was drinking. They're gonna know we went in there to drink, right?
Doesn't matter.
If my dad finds out, he'll kill me. He can't know.
In a panic, Becka runs for the entrance and pushes her way through.
Don't worry about her, Rosalina. She's being an asshole.
One of us should wait by the gate to make sure they can find us up here.
I'm going to go get Tabby.
Alright, I'll go down to the gate. Rosalina, I'm so sorry. I'll be back soon. We're gonna get you out of here, and you're gonna be just fine, okay? Casey and Alexis will keep you safe until then.
Don't worry, Pup. I know you're sick, but I'm here to keep you warm.
Am I gonna die?
He thinks like that.
Not going mystical. Of course you're not gonna die. The ambulance will be here any minute. You're gonna be okay, I promise.
Thanks, Casey.
Rosalina's breath comes in quick, irregular bursts.
If I don't make it, tell Dad I'm sorry.
I'm the one who had something to be sorry about. This is all me and Becca's fault. We never should have gone down there.
It's not your fault. I went down there because I wanted to.
Rosalina pauses, catching her breath.
Thank you, Casey. I'm glad everyone else made it all okay. Couldn't have done it without your help.
I'm just sorry I couldn't do more.
If I didn't stick with Becca once we started getting lost, none of this would have happened. If I'd just been more smart or more brave, but I wasn't. And now Rosalina is... she's... It's just not fair. You're the nicest person I know, Rosalina. It's not fair that this happened to you, and I'm so sorry.
It's okay, Alexis. It's okay.
Can't believe you're the one comforting me. Rosalina? Can you hear me?
Yeah, just hurts like hell.
Sorry. I shouldn't be pushing you to talk. I'll just hold your hand until they come back with help. Okay?
Don't go to sleep just yet, Pup.
Alexis grasps Rosalina's hand. Tears streak down both of their cheeks as you sit in silence together, waiting for the long, anxious moments to pass before help arrives.
Some of my men are on the way with rock lifts. We'll get you out of there soon. Casey, I'll be having a word with you.
They're over here, Earl.
Jesus H. Christ! You weren't kidding about the emergency! It'll still be a bit for the ambulance. The nearest depot is over in Brevard, so it'll be at least another half hour.
You heard the man. You have a half hour to get her out of there. Move it.
Rosa, sweetie, I'm here.
Dad! I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
You don't have to be sorry. It's okay. We're all here.
You can handle Rosalina. No, you can't.
Tabitha's men quickly get to work and manage to pull Rosalina out from the rubble just as the ambulance arrives.
Sir, I'm afraid there's no space in the back.
What do you mean? I can't ride with her?
You're better off driving behind us. We're headed to Breveridge, so it's quite a ways.
Is she gonna be okay? She's gonna make it, right? Please, God.
Yes, sir, I promise you. We're going to do everything we can to keep her stable. Her vitals are looking good.
Rosalina, my poor baby. I'll be there as fast as I can, okay? I promise you won't be alone.
I love you, Dad.
The paramedics load Rosalina into the back of the ambulance and drive off. Oscar approaches you off to the side as the police talk to Tabitha and her men.
What the hell happened in there?
Oscar, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. At least nobody died. What happened, though?
Just teens being teens. We did our best to get them out of there.
No. This was no teenager's fault. It's a parent's job to make sure their kids don't deliberately put themselves in these situations. Rosalina was mad at me, and instead of fixing the thing that was driving her away, I just ignored it. This is my fault.
Oscar.
I'm the parent here. I'm sure she thinks I'm making things up about our house being haunted, but I've seen things that I can't explain. It's only gotten worse over time.
My offer still stands to check it out for you. Once you're back from the hospital, that is.
Thanks, Stella. That means a lot. I've gotta go.
Noah?
Is it okay if I come too? I want to be there for her.
Of course, Alexis. It'll be good for her to see a friendly face.
The two of them head over to Oscar's car and drive off. Do you think Rosalina's gonna be okay?
Paramedic said she was stable.
She's a tough kid. She'll be okay.
Do you think it's over? Maybe the ditchlings were here for those kids, and we saved them.
Gosh, I hope so. Maybe things will be normal from here on out. But I feel like everything that happened in the mine raised more questions than it answered.
Yeah, we still don't know anything about Wayne, or about what you actually saw down there. Stella filled me in outside. This is all still a little too magic for me. Just because two bad things have happened doesn't mean there's a pattern. Right?
I saw something down there. Like the shadows of dead miners. They were right behind Stella before you two left. And they followed Rosalina and I when we went after Becka and Alexis. Did you not see them?
Whoa. I didn't see anything other than the two of you and that carving. That's super weird.
I don't want to doubt what you experienced, and I couldn't see anything down in that pit, but you might have just been primed to see things.
You know, now that I think about it, that totally fits the profile for some of the Tommyknocker stories. What if they're actual bona fide ghosts?
Oh, Stella.
Everything that happened down there centered around that main chamber, where I saw that carving.
Stella showed me a photo. Weird stuff.
Maybe you weren't entirely off base about the cult stuff you mentioned earlier today. But this thing felt old.
Are you sure those were Tommyknockers?
Depends on what you mean by sure. Is anyone really sure of anything? They fit the description pretty well, and I don't know what else they could be.
I have no idea what happened in there. I need to do some more reading on mind collapses, I guess.
There's a stone carving on the wall of that pit that showed me what happened to this place. Charles Shaw was set up.
No way. Dude was a monster.
I mean, the Scarlets were monsters too. They still are. What am I saying? I don't believe in visions. Whatever you saw was probably just auto-suggestion.
I don't know, Neeks. Casey had, a seizure. Next to a creepy stone carving. It was like something out of a movie.
Just because she passed out or had a seizure doesn't mean it wasn't auto-suggestion.
What happens now?
What happens now is we have a word. All of us. What the hell were you three doing here? I thought I told you to stay out of trouble, yet here you are, at the scene of what was almost a deadly accident. How did you manage this?
Tabby, come on, it's not Casey's fault.
Stella is right. If this is anyone's fault, it's yours. You have an abandoned mine on your property that was barely even boarded up. It was only a matter of time until something like this happened.
Are we fighting?
If anything happens to Rosalina, it's on you, Tabitha Scarlet.
How dare you? It's not like I put up a big neon sign saying cool place for teens to hang. It's clearly not safe. You three were up here with them. Why didn't you do something to get them out of there sooner?
Cool it, Tabitha. We're probably the reason you have one kid in an ambulance instead of 5 buried alive.
Fine. You're right. At least nobody died. Probably.
What a heartfelt apology.
Come on, guys, what's the point of arguing like this? I know it can feel cathartic to point fingers and yell, but what's going to accomplish other than bruised egos?
You're right.
Come on, we're leaving.
This is Deputy Derrickson.
Now hold on a minute. Miss Scarlet.
Mind if we have a quick word with your cousin, miss? In private?
Okay, fine, just make it quick, and don't you dare try and pull anything on her. She did nothing wrong here.
Ladies, I'm afraid that means you too.
Don't you need to talk to us? We witnessed this too.
Oh, sure. But that can wait. We know where to find y'all. What a coinkydink. Running into you 2 nights in a row. This is my colleague, Deputy Derrickson.
Pleased to meet you, Casey. Apologies for my absence yesterday. It was my special bowling night, you see. A man has to have his me time. But I was briefed on the events of last night, even though we're still not sure if what went on could be considered a crime.
Duke has been missing since then, though we found neither hide nor hair of him. Could be he's just on an extended hunting trip.
Wouldn't be the first time he's done something like that. I was told footage showed his supposed body, but we couldn't get that camera working, so no way to confirm him until we track him down.
Now, I understand both of these were terribly unfortunate accidents that had nothing to do with you being in the area, but
as officers of the law, you have to understand that we have to get a little suspicious when we see the same face multiple times in a row. And, we have to ask, what exactly were the teenagers doing in a shuttered mine down by your family? And why were you down there with them?
We saw some teens sneak into an abandoned mine, so we went in after them. We were just trying to do the right thing.
Of course. Very noble of you. Pardon our questions, just trying to gather all the facts, you see.
just being thorough. Our duty as officers of the law.
Well, if there's nothing more you can tell us, I suppose we'll let you go on about your evening, but we may be in touch. Have a good one.
Deputy Derrickson tips his hat to you. The two officers wander back toward the mine, Derrickson taking notes as they examine the scene. You make your way towards Stella and Kaneeka.
I just can't believe 2 nights in a row. Is it my fault, Neeks?
Stella, no. This is just... This is all just an awful coincidence. It's not your fault.
Oh, hey. Guess the cops are done with you? What, are they going to take you in for being present in an accident?
Sorry if they gave you a hard time. Small town cops, you know?
And you always blame everything on drifters. Even acts of God, I guess.
Excellent, you didn't get arrested. Now come on, let's get back to the estate. I'd like to get some rest before I have to deal with the fallout of everything that happened tonight.
I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, Casey?
I'd really rather you didn't. If you're gonna run around almost getting killed every night, keep my cousin out of it.
Your cousin is an adult, Tabitha. She can make her own decisions.
Not while she's under my roof. Come on, let's go.
As if to illustrate her point, Tabitha grabs your arm, dragging you towards the car. I'll text you when we're back. Tabitha doesn't say a word as the car cuts along the darkened road. Try to keep an eye on the surrounding wilderness as she drives, wary of what may lurk behind the tree line. Sorry about today. Tabitha doesn't answer. Did you hear me? I said I was sorry. She doesn't respond, her eyes fixated on the road ahead. I'm doing terribly, by the way, in case you wanted to know.
Noted.
Why do you treat Stella like that? Didn't you two used to be friends?
I don't want to talk about Stella. And it's none of your business anyway.
You and Kaneeka really don't seem to get along.
She pushes my buttons.
I like her.
Good for you. She doesn't like me.
I don't appreciate being dragged off like that.
It's been a long day, Casey. Are you really gonna make a fuss about me bringing you back to the estate? After all the havoc you've caused, you should count your lucky stars you still have a place to sleep tonight.
Poor Rosalina. Poor Oscar.
He should have kept tighter reins on that girl. I never got into trouble like this when I was a teen, and I have Pearland to thank for that. Hated it at the time, but the strictness paid off. Ugh, what am I telling you this for?
You can tell me stuff. I'd like to know more about you. And about Pearland, for that matter. Tabitha says nothing, her mouth suddenly sealed as she fixes her eyes on the road ahead. You know what, you're right. There are a lot of adults who could have done a better job tonight.
Exactly. People who aren't ready to be parents shouldn't be parents. And clearly, there are some parents who aren't ready. Take Oscar. There are tons of people more qualified to be parents who can't even conceive, and here he is having a kid at 19 and clearly letting her do just whatever the hell she wants. And look where that got her. Even if she doesn't lose the leg, she's gonna carry what happened tonight for the rest of her life. It's not fair.
That is entirely out of line. What is wrong with you? You don't know, Oscar. What is wrong with you? Tabitha goes quiet. It seems that's all you're gonna get from her on this. How are you holding up?
I don't think you want me to answer that question.
Ride in silence. Your eyes wander back to the tree line as you and Tabitha slink back into silence. You once again cross the threshold into the estate, the musty stench of the decaying mansion greeting you, with its undertones of mildew and wood rot.
Well, this day was a lot more stressful than it needed to be, and I'm pretty sure it's the precursor to a horrifically stressful week. I'm going to bed. I suggest you do the same.
Why did you even invite me here? It seems like you hate me. It's like I've caused you nothing but grief since the moment I stepped foot into town.
I don't hate you. I'm just trying to get through the week. The same as you should be doing. I just don't want you to get hurt. I'm tired. I'm going to sleep.
Tabitha turns and makes her way up the stairs, her posture defeated. Turn in. You head up to your room to turn in. You collapse in Tabitha's dusty guest bed, your head empty of thoughts. After your time in the Shaw mine, you barely even notice the dust. Your phone buzzes on the table.
Y'all, these are those things, right?
Kaneeka sends a picture of a pair of ditchlings by the side of the road.
I saw them again, too.
Another picture, this time of them staring from a tree.
What the fuck? These things are definitely not hairless monkeys or raccoons or whatever. I don't know what the hell they are.
I guess there's more to them being here than the mine collapse.
No way I'm sleeping tonight.
You think about looking out the guest room window, but at this point you're too exhausted to leave your bed. The adrenaline from this evening is finally wearing off, replaced by a creeping exhaustion that threatens to overwhelm you. Your limbs feel heavy, your eyelids slipping down over your eyes, even as you stare down at the ominous pictures on your phone. If it weren't for the pit of dread balling in your stomach, you'd almost feel comfortable as you settle between the covers, your tired bones sinking into the decrepit mattress. When you close your eyes, you see Rosalina's face twisted with pain, staring up at you with tear-streaked cheeks, trapped by powers beyond her control, terrified of what her now uncertain future would hold. Your eyes shoot back open, your heart pounding as the door to your room swings open. Just the cat. It's always just the cat.
Didn't read into it. This woman no kicked me out. Just want to find a place to sleep.
It's nice to see another living being, even one as unfriendly as Tabitha's cat. The comfort of her presence sets your mind at ease, and you finally slip into a deep sleep. This is the end of episode 2. Episode 3 awaits. Proceed if you dare. Well, that is going to be it for tonight. Thank you everyone so much for joining us in our stream. We really appreciate you tuning in. Look out for the VOD on YouTube. Thank you so much. And from the Second Shout Studios, have a great night.